California home field breaks the 500,000 sales benchmark for the first time since January 2009. Reaching years, according to California Realty. They using home prices to bring the last month 7% on a month-to-month basis, down to 699,000 in November from October. So continuing to gain year over year, the statewide median price surging 18.5%. It doesn't become mortgage rates could possibly go lower. They've been record lows again over the past week. What is the president of MortgageTrader.com and Orange County Register Real Estate Settlement? Jeff, thank you very much. Their local is at 2.38% at one point. Down to 1.70% at one point. And that's up to a loan amount of 48.50. So that's the new Fannie Mae agency conforming limit everybody's funding on. The breakdown rate, they did reach a record, but their national rates are a little bit higher than the local rates. The high balance just went up to 822, 375. The 30-year fixed is at 2.5% at one point.
It is December the 20th. I'm recording.
Real estate, everything is given full team and had it. Lenders are going to be able to take a holistic view of the consumer, but the borrower. It's not a hard stop anymore. Your income and debt ratios are aligned or something. Lenders consider a change. They just have to be looking. That and they don't have to necessarily consider the outcome. One more demand, people that, for example, didn't have credit scores, recent immigrants, that because they didn't have credit scores, well, you can sort of bypass that problem. We see home prices continue to go up, and I would say, as far as the general economy goes, assuming that COVID gets under control sometime next year, and we get our arms around this, and we get the herd and all that, I would think the second half of next year rates will start rising, and will probably go just higher and higher. So I think in my view, it's very good opportunity. Part of that holistic view is finding a mirror on the checklist today. Actually, but that really is a great question, Frank. So I actually had that conversation with people, and I wrote about it in my column for the Orange County Register for this week. And it is in the mortgage company, they sell it off to somebody, and it wouldn't ever worry about it again. They had no intention of buying the loan back. So I think your question was very timely.
Jeff Lavington, the president of Orange County Register columnist. Jeff, thank you very much for joining us. We wish you a happy and healthy holiday season. And very good.
Thanks, Frank.
Coming up, so if you have tax bills, while you still have time to decide to save money on your we're straight ahead on Modex Online. Homeowners, cash in this holiday season and save big. From True Mortgage, and get a 15-year fix at just 1.875% rate, 2.1 or a 30-year fix at just 2.25% rate, 2.4% APR. A 15-year fix at just 1.875% rate, 2.14% APR. 30-year fix at just 2.25% rate, 2.4% APR. Escrow and appraisal fees. Start some extra cash in those stockings this holiday season. Now at 800-790-4445. That's 800-790-4445. 800-790-4445. Or visit TrueNow.com. Sign on the line NGDA. This is by all loan subject to underwriting approval and all applicants will qualify. Loan paid or arranged for U.S. California Land and Law License 4713 and MLS number 16.6699.
People really got into the holidays here in early season. Dig out the decorations. You know what some people found? I like dropping. I'm not kidding. And I want you to really get this peace of mind with you. It's a great exception. We talk to the 800 cities. They will send out a uniform business. You know what? Great thorough inspection. And you might think to yourself, oh, I'll do that later or next. Don't put it off. It really is so easy. And there's no pressure. There's a lot of good, helpful information. They are essential workers and they're COVID free. If you decide to go ahead with the treatment, you'll get 10 2-year guarantee. Pacific Coast Termite uses orange oil and Astroset, so you don't have to move out. There's no damage to your roof. Everybody stays home during the treatment, just like we did at my house. So call them at 800 Pacific Coast. PacificCoastTermite.com.
This is crazy. North, well, if it's not even in the world, you should eliminate your debt now. Well, you have to buy. The experienced attorneys have been following law and will file your bankruptcy for $0 and fix your credit, eliminating debt. You need good credit in this world. If you've got the time for a quick call, call me, 89 Radio. StepReliefRadio.com. That's StepReliefRadio.com. Or call 89 Radio for it. Hi, Skip Step. At Oxford DFW, our staff provides one understanding and that every customer has a daily course of business. These are core values we've had for over years. Come visit us today in our safe and healthy showroom or visit OxfordDFW.com and complete your transaction from the comfort of your home. It's the ultimate buying experience at DFW off the 101 in Calabasas.
Traffic and weather. Five to 8:45. Sponsored by Salvation Army. Here's Jeff Davis.
Yet another place for the PhD. This one now at Diamond Bar, 66 out of 57. A house that somehow ended up in the middle of the freeway. Still have that signal going in Long Beach. 405 due to a 4-car crash. One of the vehicles overturned. That was scheduled to end over an hour ago. The other signal is still going on in Orange, 55 northbound in Casella. That multi-car crash, the carpool lane are blocked off. Have a new problem in Long Beach on the 91 westbound. 2-car crash. One of the cars went up in the embankment, but good news is here's that crash in 5 at Balboa. It was a 4-car crash blocking lanes. They've been able to get their vehicles off of the way. Because of the COVID lockdown, 75% of the Salvation Army are not in circulation right now, but the need is greater than ever. Please donate in a safe and secure environment. RedTail.org today. And donate like your child's Christmas depends on it. At 8:55, before Fort Lawson, I'm Jeff Hayes with the Prime Choice Funding 24-hour traffic.
I think that the one days can continue from Mars. It is going to also used to have a statue. And the empire in the 70s, the middle 80s, and the downland area. So when I was in the 40s, pull down, depending on Tuesday, and drops to 60. North is right now 16 degrees. 57, Glendale 59 degrees. It's 8:47 on camera.
Federal money continues to front breakdown. Find out about year-end tax planning as this extraordinary 2020 winds down. That will be now certified public accountant Ray Flynn, Margaret Coleman and Logan of West Los Angeles, past president of the LA chapter of the California Society of CPAs. Tax preparation planning and saving money on people's 2020 taxes.
Right, the big thing that evidence by calls we're getting from clients is whether taxes will be higher next year under the new. There's been some talk about increasing the personal tax rate from the current 37% to 39%, and increasing the corporate rate from the current 29% to maybe 28%. So that we see that. But my personal opinion is that it's going to be a hard sell. I mean, we've had a really rough year. All of a sudden, increased taxes in 2021. That's going to be a tough sell. But because of that, people are asking if they should this year and defer their deductions into next year. And we're telling people, do what you're comfortable with. The taxes will be higher next year.
Of course, the big feature of this year was work from home and deductible on the circumstances.
Boy, everybody asks about home office. Generally, you have to be self. Have your own business or you're an independent contractor, freelance worker, to deduct home office expenses. Because many of us are working from home. But if you can't deduct home office expenses, it's pretty wide range. Talk about part of your cable bill, your internet bill, part of your rent based on a square foot, your utilities, your homeowner's fee. So a lot of things that normally wouldn't be deductible.
Anything else on the list here?
I think everybody knows that it's heard about the CARES Act, and some folks receive $12 just this year, or $500 for their dependents. These payments were generally based on the 2019 tax return, but what they really are their advance about a 2020 tax. So when you see the 2020 return, you'll figure what the credit should be. And if you receive too much for going on and sell to it, they'll probably go backwards, they'll withdraw them. But if you receive, you'll be able to claim the balance of the credit on your 2020 return. So that's very important.
Anything else we should improve our chances of getting a refund?
If you're retired, you're going to have to you can take what are called required minimum distribution from the IRA, which is retirement. That requirement is waived for this year. It's like a one-time holiday. So if you haven't taken it, wait till the very end of the year to take it. You haven't taken it yet. You don't have to. So if you don't need the money, you forego that required minimum distribution. That's going to be benefit for a lot of our time.
So much in focus. What about the health expenses?
That's the way it's always been. But usually you have to have quite a bit of medical expenses, and you have to itemize it in order for them to be deductible. But again, if you have a lot of unreimbursed medical expenses, jump with it. You may just find out that they are deductible.
And that includes health insurance premiums, right?
That includes health insurance premiums, which are pretty substantial, and long-term care premiums.
And can that be paid 20 next year?
Yeah, those insurance premiums can be paid before you get into the year to preserve the.
And we want on the radar screen.
So if you kind of cut years and you're not even paying the taxes with your the IRS now has a short-term payment plan. So if you get extra 4 months, there are interest and some penalties that will continue to accrue, but not big penalties. And it's very easy to no fees for a short-term plan. The fees for a long-term plan of greater than 4 months goes to $200. No fees for a short-term plan. You get an extra 4 months. You can apply online, by phone,
WPA for West Los Angeles. Greg, thank you very much for sharing. We wish you a happy holiday season.
Thank you, Frank.
And coming up, a preview of the holiday short week ahead on this. Straight ahead, I'm Jack Sunlight. I'm Dr. Short. Today, stronger immunity and better more than ever. That's why Eggland's Best gives you and your family more. Compared to ordinary eggs, Eggland's provides 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, all helping you maintain a strong immune system and better overall health. Plus, you get all that farm fresh, delicious taste. These are no ordinary times. Ordinary eggs. Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. It's focused on it, similar as that. When it comes to food nutrition, vitamin for GMS Holdings, a member of the vitamin C family, has always found you know, folate helps maintain energy, muscle strength, and concentration. Carry that. Only Eggland's Best. Attention, poultry and common fire victims. If you suffer injury or death, damage to your property, or your commercial business as a result of the poultry or Roberts Cloud can help you pursue your claim against SoCal Edison and get the compensation you deserve. Call 800-712-9919. That's 800-712-9919. Investigations by fire authorities have determined a Wolfie Atomic fire was sparked by not properly maintaining this equipment, which led to catastrophic consequences. If you owe injury or death, damage to your property or your commercial business as a result of the Wolfie Atomic fire, you call Robin Cloud today at 800-712-9919. That's 800. Now for a free paper review. Hey there, expensive fine, sir. You know, we don't stress the importance of not dealing with the insurance company on your own after you've been injured in an accident. Well, here's a real life example. Around the radio of perhaps the greatest holiday story you've ever been to. In April of 2020, one of PJ's her insurance company offered her $1,800, which she considered taking because essentially story of the money. It wasn't for her. She accepted a last offer and called Sid James. Once they helped her get the message, just this month, Sid James helped her recover over $100,000. I'm no match for 50. 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200. You won't pay a dime for every year. And they can't guarantee the outcome. They support it with experienced law firm on your side. So call Sweet James 500-5200 or sweetjames.com.
855-711. It's on 5. Here's that big.
All right, well, we have a new problem on the 5. This is on the Arabella. That's in Arleta. And once you know, the CHP is running yet another break. That's before the hour to remove a single vehicle from the center divider. Not too far from there is the Coima on the 19th. Right over. That's brand new car crash, not too old. Right back in. That happened on the a Sidler working in Long Beach on 17 southbound before the 405. Also, the other Sidler is still in orange. Next report at 9:05 with more reports from Austin. I'm Jeff Dixon, the Prime Choice Funding 24-hour traffic center. Hey, next 1070 News Radio.
Oh, late 40s and 50s, really nice again tomorrow. Quite warm until we have a big drop on Tuesday. It's going to be low 70s to low 80s. Right now, down 58 degrees.
Okay, everybody, continue to this Prime week with I in Washington on stimulus package they've been working on. We'll also be watching what's happening with from the Florida administration has authorized the Florida vaccine and early Monday, so he's after authorizing the first COVID vaccine. The Food and Drug Administration is trying to regard it vaccine, and the Joint said will start delivering the vaccine to the government of the deliver 20 million doses by the end of December, up to 125 million through the first 21. Stock market will be starting the new week just below a record high with a 24 points to its all-time high. It'll start the new week at 30,000. $12,179. That's all-time high. It will start the new week at 12,756 at the S&P 500. One space record high. It will start the new week at 3,700. Price of oil high at 74 cents on Friday to 49 cents a barrel, 5.5% for the week. Start the new week at $1,888.90 an ounce, up 2.5% for the week. 26 goes pretty down. It topped 8.1% over the past week. Lately, Bitcoin has hit a record high above 23,000. It will start the new week around 2,100. Coming up on Monday, we'll get the readings on the economy from the Chicago Fed on Tuesday. Last readings for the 33.1% growth rate we saw for the third quarter. The new GDP coming out on Wednesday. New readings on personal income as well as consumer spending and new home sales. Consumer confidence. On Thursday, before we get the latest jobless claims numbers, as we usually do, the 3 hours earlier than usual for Christmas Eve, and the markets will be closed on Friday, Christmas. But next on Monday, we wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, and thank you for listening. Next week, sure to catch Motorhead Money podcast on demand to the radio.com app. Right here in that purple podcast icon on your iPhone. I'm Frank Motek, and this is It's Mike Simpson here. How about giving somebody a gift of clean air for the holiday? Don't spend your time searching for a gift. IQ Air is required. They eliminate 99% of airborne particulates with patented sealing. IQ Air purifiers are #1 rated worldwide in silver. Both dust, viruses, bacteria, and traffic pollution. Winner of the Consumer Electronics Global Air has the Autumn Series. It's a portable 5-in-1 system delivers clean air directly to where you're breathing. You just said. They also have the Health Pro Plus that cleans the air throughout your entire home. Let's face it, we're all worried about right now, so there's never been a better time to give your friends or family the peace of mind that comes with being surrounded by air. Toxins and pollutants. It's IQAir.com/US or give them a call 800. That's IQAir.com/US or 800-5 air. Now more than ever, California's only 24-hour phone news and running KID-HD2 Plus emulation and
The story of massive surge of new COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations. Plus more hope during the pandemic. Thousands of doses of the Moderna vaccine on the way to California. These stories coming up after CBS covers the world at 9 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting. I'm Tom Fuller. It has taken months with lots of politicking around side issues, but congressional negotiators now say they have a deal. $900 billion stimulus package to help Americans in the ongoing pandemic fallout. As I said, a lot of our Republican people, they will not be fighting alone.
Although Republican Senator Pat Toomey's proposal to scale back emergency powers.
Correspondent Nancy Chan, the Senate and House are expected to vote on this package on Monday if they approve. It could be going out real soon. Turning to the health angle of the pandemic, close to 18 million people now confirmed, close to 318,000 deaths. Ahead of Christmas and New Year's, health experts plead with Americans to stay home, but that's proving a hard sell. And if somebody's telling me I can't be on this airplane right now, then it is what it is. And so then I'll just drive up there.
Yeah, Minister said, onto the currency thing, then that's 18,000 is coming in. If you plan on traveling to Japan, you definitely want to get as well as see the kind of those after.
The CBS News Nicole Comstock in LA. But some in the battle to get the pandemic under control, roughly 6 million doses of the Moderna vaccine
Package with dry ice and the temperature-controlled boxes rolling out for distribution. refrigerated, and it has a longest shelf life, allowing it to reach deeper into rural areas of the country.
Correspondent Errol Barnett. In Great Britain, a variant of COVID-19 that seems to be more transmissible. Mark Walford is a former UK
safety. And you see that shows in response to this new variant of the 19. These are restrictions.
The imports we now know with college football top five.
The 14th double battle for college football national championship of the children. By January 1st will pit Alabama against Notre Dame, while Clemson will play Ohio State. Winners will then face off for the national championship on January 11th.
Correspondent Steve Sullivan. This is
You can listen to CBS News Radio 24 hours a day. On radio.com or the radio.com app. Download it today.
My finances, my finances.
Vulnerable visitor, you have enough things to worry about. Look how you know you shouldn't be one of them. Even private holders are at increased risk for this potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life. Protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 15-gallon conjugate vaccine that series regarding Prevnar 13 is approved for adult cell prevent infections from various strains of the bacteria. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Don't get Prevnar 13 and you just have it. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common injection site for additional common side effects and prescribing information, please call 1-866-300 or visit Prevnar13.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 13.
more like Sunday news from Congress and the White House, where President Trump has signed a temporary law that avoids the government shutdown just about now. The FDA wants to get out of the French dressing. That is, the correspondent Deborah Rodriguez.
The government wants to let French dressing be known. The FDA said it's proposing revocation of its definition and standard of identity for the salad topping made from vegetable oil, mayo, vinegar, sugar, tomato, and paprika. Controlled, including bread, ketchup, and chocolate milk. The FDA says the rules are more than and no longer needed. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Asian financial the lower major U.S. market futures are mixed. The S&P down, NASDAQ and Dow futures down now off about 6. Tom Cody, CBS News.
24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good evening, I'm Dan. Local stories at 9:05. More concerns in LA and Orange County about the significant rise in hospitals. The variant vaccine is on the way to Southern California. First, we have traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on.
Well, by the way, it's been a very busy night for the CHP. They have everyone great, pretty much done. All over the place, we don't know what's going on right now. This is on eastbound 10, right before Vincent. The CHP is running right to remove a bumper somehow in the freeway, so once they get that bumper off the freeway out of the way, we'll be good to go. So on that similar work, it's been about 3 hours almost now. Long Beach 17 southbound before the 405. Vehicles are returning, and it's just taking a long time to get that cleaned up. Good news, they have canceled the signal northbound 55 at Casella. That was another multi-car crash, but that is all clear. On the 10 eastbound at Fairflex, that's a brand new two-car crash, and also in Sequoia, Glen Oaks, that is another two-car crash. Your next report coming up at 9:15. Step into the Prime Choice Fund 24-hour traffic center. KNX 1070 News Radio.
On this weekend, the cool down really comes on Tuesday when you drop into the safety system. We are looking for upper 70s for the Lee Basin and the Empire upper 70s below 80. 70s along the coast. Right now in Glendale, 58 degrees. Chino, 57. Also 57 degrees. It's 9:07 on KNX. Southern California having a really hard time coping with the continuing surge of new COVID-19 patients. There's now a record number of 1,700 virus patients being treated in LA County Hospital. At a time when the capacity across Southern California is down to 0%. Public Health Director Dr. Barbara, while local hospitals are struggling, people should still get medical help if needed. At our hospitals, but if you need emergency care, you can still go to the hospital. We have the best and most skilled healthcare workers who do their best to give you the services you need, and we ask people who are in an emergency to not delay. LA County is reporting more than 13,300 new and 58 more deaths today. Orange County saw more than 4,600 new infections and 15 deaths. Hospitalizations there have jumped to a record high of 1,682. 375 patients are. Well, hundreds of thousands of doses of the Moderna vaccine, they're on their way to California. And they 72,000 doses, far more than the first round of the Pfizer vaccine, which is good news. Professor of epidemiology, Dr. Andrew Boyd, expects the vaccine to be in the arms of some Angelinos this week. Vaccines are now available, and I'm thinking everybody should get the vaccine. Available to them. These vaccines have been studied. The Moderna vaccine is similar to Pfizer's. Both use messenger RNA from the body to make a pre-harmless protein that looks like the spike of the real virus, and that activates the system. The big difference is storage. The Pfizer vaccine needs to be kept at -94 degrees. The freezer and refrigerated for 30 days, easily reaching rural areas and farm markets. We're going to need several vaccines available to be able to reach the entire U.S. The Moderna vaccine also needs a second dose 28 days after the first. Emily Valdez, Radio. Millions of people are expected to travel ahead of the Christmas holiday despite the pandemic. In many areas of the country, this passenger at LAX tells CBS 2 he's not seeing you.
I'm going to talk here. I can't get on this airplane right now, so it is what it is. But I'll just drive up there.
Well, just as was the case before the Thanksgiving, health officials across the country have been warning Americans to avoid non-essential travel. Cal State University this past week.
As much as you want to do those beautiful traditions, all of us have done all our lives. It's hard to curtail that a bit, not eliminate, but just make sure you pay attention, only necessary travel, keep the indoor gatherings of dinners to a modest size, not the 20 to 25 people at dinner indoors.
People who do choose to travel are advised to get tested about 4 to 5 days after their trip to ensure they get negative coronavirus tests. We're going to get an update on the sale rate in Long Beach is on 710 South before the 405. 2 minutes at 9:15. Progressive big bundling. That's affordable. Get a discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial, auto, and more. All of your place. Bundle and save at progressive.com.
Free shipping is great. That's that Walmart Plus magic for your holiday. Get all your last minute shopping done with free next day or on a huge selection of eligible items from Walmart.com. With no order minimum, free shipping means click that order button to your heart's content. Just another added benefit to your membership. Maybe that's why they call it Walmart Plus. Start your 15-day free trial today at Walmart.com/plus. See membership details. Hey, boy, I got that.
$1 million last year. You just gotta take a picture of your gas receipt and bam, up to 25.50. You want to tell me why? I'm downloading the free Get Outside Gas app now. Download the free Get Outside now in the App Store or Google Play and save up to 45 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code save money on gas on every fill up. Get Upside app and use promo code POWER. That's POWER. This is Get Upside. Sure.
FCCU has low closing costs on select mortgage loans up to $3 million. Users save thousands of dollars on your loan. So if an opportunity, call 877-FCCCU for you or apply today at fcccu.com.
You're funny, sweet, and smart, even so nice, but I ain't holiday shopping for them. But how do you go? I discovered that some holiday gifts by a entire family. Get you though. Checking over the gift list easy as pumpkin pie. You get so crazy for them. It's the way it's working. This is cool. Get them acquainted here. Make sure they're just as fun and no assembly little fights. Adults love them too. They've got cozy slippers, comfy winter boots, sneakers for walking, running, outdoors. I don't work with what we'll wear. Work, you're looking at the place now. That's something I don't do. I don't. They've got elastic, white, stretched, arches, and even got machine. Walking on clouds. Airflow coming from public comfort. And this year gets sketches to everyone. Find it at Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever stylish footwear is.
That Bob Smith BMW caring for one another and for our customers has always been top of our core values. It's why we've been a trusted member of this community for over 100 years. Our Bob Smith BMW showroom is open and has in place a checklist of safety practices designed to protect you and our employees. It really is the ultimate buying experience. So it's BobSmithBMW.com.
LG Moore plus 3 setups. It's only $65 for 4K, 620, 4K, 1297. Last minute holiday deals now at Video Audio Center. Only 24 hours local news and traffic station. KNXN 70 News Radio.
I'm 9:15, I'm Dan Stevens. Coming up, the president of the University of California weighs what is next in dealing with the pandemic on campuses. Some big banks are spreading out. That's where it's trying to look for extra money. Another dose of hope in the form of the Moderna vaccine is on its way to Southern California. I'm just going to tell them. This is coming up in the next 15 minutes or so. We have got together and we've got time to get in.
Well, we never received the official cancellation yet, but it looks like they're getting close to wrapping up that cigarette, that longest-standing cigarette in Long Beach on the 91 westbound, I'm sorry, the 710 southbound before the 405, excuse me. There was a multi-car crash, one of the vehicles overturned, and again, like I said, it looks like they're wrapping that up and things are starting to move again. So once we get the official word on that, we'll let you know. Looks like they cleared the other problem that happened in Long Beach on the 91 westbound before Paramount. That was a 2-car crash. One of the cars there went up the embankment, but not really seeing any delays at this point. We do have that problem in Sequoia on the 118 eastbound at Glen Oaks. That's a 2-car crash. And the CDC is getting ready to run yet another break again in West Covina, this time on the westbound 10 at Holt. Somebody's off not one, but 2 separate couches onto the freeway in the slow lane. And debris from that calister actually taking up the right 3 lane. So it's going to take a little while to get cleaned up. And that's why the CDC runs the break with that Holt break right at the CDC. So it's going to very busy Sunday evening on our freeway. The next report, coming up at 25, the morning from Boston. I'm Jeff Hinton in Toy Funding, 24-hour traffic center, and 1070 News Radio.
It was 4 years hotter in California, and you will continue that trend as we head into tomorrow. The numbers again will be above average. Upper 70s, low 80s expected for LA and Orange County, for the Inland Empire and the Valley. Upper 60s for the high desert, upper 50s for the mountains, and mid-70s across the beaches. A cooling trend is by Tuesday. For Southern California, most accurate dependable forecast. Thanks to the old Christina for KNX 1070 News Radio. We're in at 64 degrees right now. Santa Monica 54 as well, and downtown LA 57 degrees. So as we start to see the light at the end of the tunnel with COVID vaccine, we look at policies are starting to focus on what's next for the indefinitely. Keeping control of virus spread has been challenging over the last year.
What we found, though, was that our students have done a really remarkably good job of being able to make this all work.
During a recent interview with the Dose Contest, UC President Michael Drake said each of their 10 campuses had 10 slightly different approaches.
Faculty had to put thousands of courses on a dime. Students had to get used to a new way of learning. It hasn't been easy for everyone or anyone, but it's worked as better than we would have expected, honestly.
As for the COVID vaccine, Drake says the UC system right now is working on their policy regarding vaccinations, and they will likely know more about whether they will require them come March or April. Heather Jordan, KNX 1070 News Radio. College applications for the 9 colleges in the UC system are soaring during the pandemic. That's up 15% from last year. Applications into the Cal State system have dipped by 5%. Scott Gaskett of the news website Inside Higher Ed tells KNX the disparity is all about money. Because high-income families are doing quite well during the health crisis, while poor families are having a much tougher time.
They're very nervous. They don't know what's going on. And, Cal State is a great university system, and it has great programs for success for low-income students. But the students are just scared.
Experts also tell the LA Times the UC applications have risen as colleges have removed the requirement to take the SAT and ACT standardized tests, and that the UC colleges are getting more financial aid than other schools. A survey of LA public school teachers finds some deep concerns over remote learning. The big majority say it's failing students and they're losing focus. Jamie Estrada-Miller has included educators for Excellence LA that commissioned the poll, carried out by USC. The pandemic has created barriers for all students, but we know that some are disproportionately impacted and has wreaked havoc for all, but it is dramatically threatening the future of particular low-income students, marginalized student groups. The survey found no student engagement that's only getting worse. Grades are sliding, a lack of resources also for helping students. A separate survey of parents in the LAUSD conducted by the group Speak Up found strong support for in-person classes to resume as soon as possible because of the big problems with distance learning. I'm calling on KNX. Let's look at your money now. Let's answer the thing.
The matters of New York City, the actual epicenter of the U.S. financial industry, has been making the nation and the pandemic is a part of that. All of the employees working remotely is in firms that not everyone is on that.
It's cheaper for these companies to operate at a different location, saving money on leases.
From our correspondents with Allie Magsack talking about recent announcements from major financial firms now or soon allowing some attorneys or staff to work elsewhere. That includes Deutsche Bank.
They will create a lot more flexibility for their workers to work from home, work in other cities, and not just be in their city all the time.
The month Goldman Sachs says it's researching a possible relocation of its massive asset management division from New York to Florida, joining a growing chorus.
You're seeing the big private equity firms and hedge funds also create a much bigger presence outside New York, in Florida, where taxes are lower, you have a little more sunshine, and very business-friendly regulation.
We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Andrew O'Day for KNX 1070 News Radio.
Yeah, play comedy song. Got you through your home with a brand new fuzzy ring. You got a new home that's really everything. You got a birthday, you got your birthday. What's all it is, you can't be saying what's the lonely time. Up on the 1.9 oh, what fun it is to say a hello today. Talking at 1.99% fixed rate in NPR. That's just 1.99%. Call in Hello at 800-978-7400. That's 800-978-7400. 800-978-7400. Or visit intellilum.com. Rate subject to change without notice, 50% LTV and 745 score. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. NMLS 3290 flows may or range pursuant to a California Finance Limited Corporation, number 6036970, equal housing lender, in total loan. Photos, Mark.
For Christmas music and holiday gear, unwrapradio.com this time of year. Get festive with the holiday songs you know and love on Christmas classics. We're playing Garth Brooks, Lou Bryan, and all your Nashville favorites on Country by Christmas. And Mariah Carey, the Jonas Brothers, and Taylor Swift with a mix of new holiday hits on Pop Good Christmas. Get your holiday music fix at radio.com/holiday and the radio.com app. I feel like I'm being haunted by a pair of headphones. Everywhere I go, the creepy ad for headphones I looked at one time. I hate feeling like I'm being watched. I downloaded DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. Get back to your privacy with DuckDuckGo.
It's 2023 now. The future of sports racing in the new year is uncertain for Los Alamitos. The State Oversight Board voted and did not fully approve their 2021 license request.
With at least 27 race horse deaths at Los Alamitos track in 2020, the California Horse Racing Board has some concerns about renewing their license.
We're talking about accountability and leadership here. We're talking about an unacceptable number of fatalities from Los Alamitos.
There's proposed that Commissioner Gonzalez to not give them the entire year, just 6 months. Los Alamitos didn't like it one bit.
We're good. I can't do it. With all due respect, we are the California Horse Racing Board, sir. We have an obligation for the welfare and benefit of the horses. I don't want the application if that's those conditions are there. Devastating loss of it will become a real estate development. I don't want that to happen.
Like that protest, the election was approved for 6 months, September 23rd of this year, so June 30th of next year. Also approved unanimously the race license for 2021 Horse Panda and the Craig 6 KNX 1070 race.
The willingness of European Union nations as well as Canada have now barred flights from the UK, and others are considering similar action. The moves were made to try to block a new strain of coronavirus sweeping across southern England from spreading to the continent. France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, Ireland, and Bulgaria all announced restrictions on UK travel. It came hours after British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced that Christmas shopping and gatherings in southern England must be canceled. He blames rapidly spreading infections in the region on the coronavirus variant, which officials say is 70% more transmissible than existing strains. Keeping that traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on 5 at 9:25. See what's going on your freeways on this Sunday night. Here's Jeff Biggs.
Well, things are calming down a little bit, and that is a good thing. We have some good news to start off here with that signal alert in Long Beach. That long-standing signal alert has finally been canceled on 710 southbound before the 405. It happened way back in the 6 o'clock hour. It was a 4-car crash. One of the vehicles overturned, but they have finally been able to get that all cleared and off of the freeway and out of your way. So you are good to go on that southbound 710. They've also wrapped up that problem in the corner. 118 eastbound in Glen Oaks, that was a 2-car crash. Still slow in West Covina, the 10 westbound is also trying to clear a couple of houses from the flow lane, and also on that 10 brick lights in Baggage Bar. Northbound 57 at Grand, this is due to an earlier solo car stay-out. The back of that seems moving pretty well on the Sunday evening. Let's hope it stays that way. And the back report coming up at 9:35. The more will once more often, I'm jump into the 5:20, 24-hour traffic center. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Over at those 40s and 50s, and then still warm tomorrow. It's going to be low 70s to low 80s. And then on Tuesday, you can take a tumble because we're going to be in the 60s. Currently, in Redondo Beach, 56 degrees. Downtown LA, 57 degrees. San Bernardino checking in at 55.
That's just fine here. You know, we always stress the importance of public teaching accident attorneys and not dealing with the insurance company on growing after the injury accident. Well, there's a real life example of why. So that around the radio for perhaps the greatest holiday story ever been used. In April of 2020, one of teaching clients got hurt in a crash. Her insurance company offered her $1,800. Would she consider taking it because they said she wouldn't get any more? But hold on, the story doesn't happen. Because lucky for her, she accepted a lousy offer and called Sweet James. Once they helped her get the medical treatment she desperately needed, just this month, Sweet James helped her recover over $100,000. I'm no mathematician, but that's close to 55 times the original insurance offer. Now, she knows better holiday and better life. But see, calling the right attorney matters. So do it now. 800-500-6200. That's 800-500-6200. You won't pay a dime to deliver your case.
And of course, every kid's a giver, and it can't guarantee the outcome. But it's important to get an experienced law firm on your side. So call 3-500-200 or streetgames.com.
I'm worried about my finances, like her kids.
In your 65 or older, you have nothing to worry about. People probably know you shouldn't be one of them. Even healthy adults with 65 and older find personally with a potentially serious bacterial emergency that can disrupt their life for weeks. How protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13 balanced conjugate vaccine and Series CRN197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adult cell prevention from certain strains of bacteria that cause pneumococcal disease. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weak immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and for prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-2300 or visit Prevnar13.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 13.
At CCCU has low mortgage loan rates and zero closing costs on select mortgage loans up to $3 million. You could save thousands of dollars on your loan. Subject to approval, equal housing opportunity. Call 877-FCCCU for you or apply today at fcccu.com.
People really got into holidays here early this year, but when they went to dig out the decorations, you know what some people found? Unlike profit. I'm not kidding. It's thinking more, and I want you to give yourself to get the peace of mind this year with a free inspection from Pacific Coast Termite. When you call Pacific Coast Termite at 800 Pacific, they will send out a uniformed technician to your home or your business to do a free thorough inspection. And you might think to yourself, oh, I see that later or next year, but don't put it off. It really is so easy, and there's no pressure. There's a lot of good, helpful information from the team at Pacific Coast Termite. They are essential workers, and their code is safe. If you decide to go ahead with the treatment, you'll get 10% off, plus a 2-year guarantee. Pacific Coast Termite uses orange oil and Alphabet, so you don't have to move out. There's no chance to damage your roof. Everybody stays home during the treatment, just like we did at my house. So call them at 800 Pacific or visit them online at PacificCoastTermite.com.
For all station contest rules, visit KX370.com.
Stop by the cops, 2030 here in the Cappadocia for 1-800-GO-COP. If the cops go on and you've got only one calling in, you better make it 1-800-GO-COP. They'll be there in criminal defense. There's no one with good handcuffs. I'll get into that sort of thing. 1-800-GO-COP.
The holidays are better at Saboma Casino Resort. Our team is working around the clock, cleaning, disinfecting, and refreshing our smoke-free casino. So you can earn your share of over $300,000 in cash and prizes from Standard Pay. This December at Saboma Casino Resort, your lucky grand prize winners will drive off in a 2021 Dodge Ram 1500 pickup truck for an entry all month long on Friday and Saturday from 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. Join Saboma.com rewards for full contest details and unlock Standard Pay. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial, auto, and more. All of your protection in one place. Better and safe at Progressive.com. 24-hour local news and traffic station KNX 1070 News Radio. Good evening, I'm Sam Stevens. A couple of story at 9:30. Well, another dose of hope on the way to Southern California. A lot of doses, 672,000 of the Moderna vaccine. The kind of digital vaccines available, the critical and these vaccines are particularly indicated because they don't require that rigorous cold storage that the Pfizer vaccine does.
Dr. Andrew Boyd is a professor of epidemiology at UCLA. The Moderna vaccine can be stored in a regular freezer, then a refrigerator for 30 days. Other than that, it's very similar to the Pfizer vaccine. Both need 2 doses a few weeks apart, and they are both messenger RNA vaccines.
This is not a typical vaccine with participants that are weakened or inactivated prior to our body. These types of vaccines that keep our cells kind of with a protein, and that's what induces the immune response.
Both vaccines are about 95% effective. The boy expects the first round of Moderna doses to be the arms of medical workers sometime this week. Emily Valdez, AMX 1070 News Radio.
The healthcare workers and staff and residents in long-term care facilities are the first on the list to get the vaccine here in the U.S. Well, now, a federal advisory panel has come out with its recommendations on who should be next. It includes people that are 75 years old or older, Also essential workers like firefighters, teachers, and grocery store workers. The Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices recommendations that will go to the director of the CDC and then to states and sites. Bruce Lee is a professor of pediatrics at Stanford University School of Medicine, and she's a member of that committee.
At a national level, HWH's recommendations and tries to ensure that the national intent behind these recommendations is clear and transparent. But you're right, there's a lot of details that go into implementation at every level. When you get to the states, when you get to the counties, when you get to healthcare facilities or pharmacies or public health clinics.
Retail clinics, the context of who's an essential worker varies from state to state. So they have to take a broader look at the industries where workers are at a high risk of infection because their jobs are critical and require them to be in regular contact with other people. As UCLA says, 80% of people in LA County do plan to get the coronavirus vaccine when it becomes available to them.
But some are still skeptical, like the African Americans. They're able to resist being able to get the shot. Dr. Shula Mullen is the Associate Dean for Health Equity at the University of Texas. And she tells KNX we should understand where the skepticism is coming from.
So it's rooted in history of discrimination, experimentation. Some of it might be related to other things. So address community concern at the same time that you address an individual's concern, because you never know what is in a person's mind.
She says providing as much information as possible about the vaccine will help alleviate concerns. But I should say that in fact we use for
Again, with the vaccine here, why are so many people hesitant to get it? A recent Gallup survey found 37% of Americans are unwilling to roll up their sleeves. Selena Colton, University of Washington. She says there's a lot of misinformation out there about this vaccine, and it's often hard to know how it starts because it can begin in places like private Facebook groups.
Sometimes the story can be contextualized, so it's hard what's true or sensitive information, but then gets manipulated to being used as a narrative or evidence from an anti-vaccine messaging, and we'll see that kind of go wildly.
Because next people who question or are against vaccines in general are simply applying the same arguments to the COVID vaccine, but not just among themselves.
Even more so now, because areas are no longer paying for the anti-vaccine or vaccine opposed or vaccine hesitant communities for even in mainstream areas now as well.
Well, but it's time for social media companies to decide if they should remove posts or if they're moving misinformation or are they just somebody together every 10 minutes on the 5. It's 9:35. What's going on radio, Jesse?
Well, not a whole lot. Right now here in this 9 o'clock hour on the Sunday night, and that's a good thing. Things have calmed down. It was very busy earlier this evening, but things have settled down. We deal with a problem in Anaheim. Not sure the detail of yet because it literally just happened moments ago. But it's on the 91 eastbound right before the 65. It was cracked. We'll get more details for you when they become available. Still a couple of spots. One down West Side and West Side of Hope. They're still working to get a couple of houses off the freeway to the slow lane. They're also still very slow at the dining bar on the northbound 57 and Grand. Usually a silver car spin out. Caltrans is supposed to get out the cones, supposed to break out the cones on the 101 northbound from Highland to the 134, but I'm not seeing it showing yet, so I don't know if it's started yet. Once the Caltrans action is going, we'll keep you posted and let you know. So far, so good on this Sunday night. And that's report coming up at 9:45 with more reports for Austin. I'm Jeff Biggs in the Prime Choice Money 24-hour traffic center. KX 1070 News Radio.
What a weekend we have had weather-wise. Sunshine, lots of warm temperatures. It's going to continue, both of them tomorrow. Sunshine and it's going to be warm again like today, low 70s to low 80s. As a matter of fact, Tuesday, that's going to change and go back to, comparatively speaking, chilly weather is going to drop into the 60s. Currently in Van Nuys, it is 63 degrees, and in Woodland Hills, 54. Operating temperature at 56 degrees.
I'm Dr. Baker, NPR physician. If you're having leg pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep-vein gut ulcer, a blood clot which could travel to your lungs and lead to pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. Your symptoms can mean something serious, but don't wait.
Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. How about giving somebody the gift of clean air this Christmas? Hyastic Hilton AccuAir air purifier is eliminating up to 99% of the airborne particulates with patented industry-leading hyper-HEPA filtration technology. Swiss design and German-made AccuAir purifiers are #1 rated worldwide in filtering mold, pollen, smoke dust, viruses, bacteria, and traffic pollution. Winner of the Consumer Electronics Global Innovation Award, AccuAir offers the unserious portable 5-in-1 system that delivers clean air directly to your breathing zone, and it can be set up on any flat surface. AccuAir also offers the Health Pro Plus service to clean the air right in your home. Let's face it, we're all worried about the air that we're breathing in right now, so there's never been a better time to give your friends and family the peace of mind that comes with being surrounded by air that's been cleansed of toxins and pollutants. Visit AccuAir.com/US or call 800-500-4AIR. That's AccuAir.com/US, 800-500-4AIR.
Hey, boy, I got that. Man, how do you afford gas for that big SUV? I pay less for gas than everyone else. I got the free Get Upside gas app. They give us a 25 cents a gallon gas tax every time I buy gas. Hold on. You get up to 25 cents off a gallon with the free Get Upside gas app? What I'm paying for price? No. People on the $1 million last year. Just send us a picture of your gas receipt and bang, up to 25 cents a gallon gas tax. You want to tell me price? I'll download the free Get Upside gas app now. Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play and save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code POWER for a 50-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 75 cents a gallon on your next tank. Just download the free Get Upside app at the App Store or Google Play and use promo code POWER. Save money on gas on every fill-up. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code POWER. That's POWER. Visit GetUpside.com for terms.
Homeowners, cash in this holiday season and save big. Celebrate with a refi from True Mortgage and get a 15-year fix at just 1.875% rate, 2.14% APR, or a 30-year fix at just 2.25% rate, 2.4% APR. That's right, a 15-year fix at just 1.875% rate, 2.14% APR, or a 30-year fix at just 2.25% rate, 2.4% APR, and we'll pay your title, escrow, and appraisal fees. Start some extra cash in those stockings this holiday season. Call True Mortgage now at 800-790-4445. That's 800-790-4445. 800-790-4445. Or visit TrueNow.com. Sign on the line, APDA, Mortgage, Single Housing Lender, Substance Conditions Apply, all loans subject to underwriting approval, and all applicants will qualify. Loan paid or arranged pursuant to California Financial Law License, CCC 044713, and MLS number 16.6699.
It's 9:40. There's been no let-up in the spread of COVID-19 across LA County. The number of hospitalized patients now hitting a new record, more than 5,700. The overall death toll nearing 8,900, and the total number of infections topping 623,000. That's since the outbreak began. Of course, those figures highlight the growing problems being faced by jammed hospitals across Southern California. The availability of ICU beds stands at 0%. Dr. Mark Morocco is a physician at Reagan UCLA Emergency Medicine Center. And he tells CNN their worst fears about a surge after Thanksgiving have come true.
Every emergency physician, every nurse, and respiratory therapist, we've been preparing for this since before Thanksgiving. Remember, we could see this coming. We tried to warn people if we could, but as one person said, we kind of blew through a stop sign in our car through Thanksgiving.
LA County is reporting 50 more virus deaths, more than 13,300 new infections during the latest reporting period. In Orange County, nearly 1,700 COVID-19 patients are now being treated in hospitals. Health officials also reporting more than 4,600 new cases and 16 deaths. Fox Capital holding both cases have come to an agreement on a massive COVID-19 relief package. The House is expected to vote on the legislation tomorrow, and the Senate will likely follow with their own vote. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Many millions of Americans have lost their jobs and have continued to lose them through no fault of their own. This package will renew and extend a number of the additional important federal unemployment benefits that have helped families stay afloat.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says, while it's not perfect, it will help millions of Americans who have struggled economically during the pandemic.
6,000 votes. This bill will excuse this federal relief bill is signed into law, Congress will have allocated well over $3 trillion in relief this year alone.
The agreement would establish a temporary $300 per week supplemental jobless benefit and $600 in direct stimulus payment to most Americans. It will also provide help for businesses, schools, healthcare providers, and renters who are facing eviction. The following Santa Ana is on 5 North on Main Street. Coming up, Jeff Biggs.
I'm Dr. Baker, MD physician. If you're having leg pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which will travel to your lungs and lead to pulmonary embolism, which will cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing, and be deadly. Your symptoms can mean something serious, so don't wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Doesn't it seem like each day is one long season? I often ask myself what could possibly happen next.
A major disaster may be unfolding right now.
My name is Scott Museum. I am the founder of the Tax Defense Group. My company advertises on radio stations just like this. When you hear it, you know it's different. Our company represents individuals and businesses that have issues related to the IRS. I have enrolled patients that make calls and will be on call for anything and everything related to your tax matter. You don't need to fear the IRS. You have the most qualified people speaking on your behalf. When you have a tax-related matter that is keeping you up at night, have you hired a company that isn't kind of tax like this? They don't want companies that sell you Taylor, Home, Respect, and police companies doing business. And that's the best for this one. I know that because I built it for a free, no obligation consultation. Call 855-TAX-BILL, 855-TAX-BILL, that's 855-829-2455.
COVID cases are on the line, and getting tested is easier than ever at COVID Clinic. Convenient drive-through locations all around Los Angeles, Orange County, and Ventura County. COVID Clinic provides professional and reliable testing options from the safety of your car with results in just 20 minutes. That's right, rapid COVID-19 test results in 20 minutes. Testing is available for the entire family, plus expedited testing for travelers. Visit COVIDclinic.org to book an appointment today. It's time to travel over the holidays. You save to get tested at COVID Clinic near you. Visit COVIDclinic.org.
Southern California, only 24 hours local news and traffic data, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Phoenix is 7:45. I'm Jan Stevens. Coming up, Governor Newsom again in quarantine after one of his staff members tested positive for the coronavirus.
Employers are rushing to get their workers vaccinated. That story coming up in 5 minutes when we'll check your money. More than 670,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine on its way to California. I'm just about it.
These stories coming up in the next 15 minutes. But first, we have traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on 5. Here's Jeff Biggs.
All right, well, we're going to start on the 5. This is in Santa Ana on the northbound 5 in Maine. Looks like there was a crash there, but it's moved over to the right shoulder and should be good to go. I want to thank one of our KNX traffic sisters for giving us a call on the KNX Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line, 323-467-1070, letting us know that it's still very slow on the northbound 57 as you approach the 60. This is, again, due to a solo car spin out that happened a while ago. Thought it was all cleared up, but apparently not. And they're trying to get vehicle off the freeway as you're waiting running the brakes there, but once that is wrapped up, you should start to move again on the northbound 57. We also got another call letting us know that in West Bermuda on the westbound 10, like we've been talking about, that hole, there are a couple of couches in the slow lane, and we're waiting for those to get removed off of the freeway out of your way as well. Again, a very, very busy Sunday night for the CHP. Orange, on the 55 southbound, just past the 91, there's a stalled out car in the slow lane, and now on the westbound 60, just past Azusa, we're getting word on a car flight on the right shoulder. Your next report coming up at 9:55 with more reports for Austin. I'm Jeff Davis in the Prime Choice Funding 24-hour traffic center, KNX 1070 News Radio.
And it says, well, about the average on this Sunday, and will continue that way. I think that into tomorrow. The numbers will top out in the upper 70s, low 80s for LA and Orange County, the Valley, and the Inland Empire. We're looking at mid-70s at our beaches, upper 60s across the high deserts, and upper 50s in the mountains. By Wednesday into the early part of Thursday, expect another round of Santa Ana winds. For Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm seeing the Olga Tina for KNX 1070 News Radio.
tested before. Governor Gavin Newsom will once again be forced to self-quarantine after one of his staff members tested positive for COVID-19. He tested negative today and 2 other staffers who were in contact with the infected person. Newsom will go into isolation for 10 days. Even other staff members will be tested throughout the quarantine period. The governor and his family were forced to quarantine late last month after his children came into contact with a CDC officer who tested positive for the virus. No doubt about it, California, Southern California in particular, failing miserably in trying to contain the spread of the virus.
Even with a 3-week-old semi-lockdown, with even outdoor dining ban, an unprecedented surge in COVID cases, along with more hospitalizations and more deaths.
You have to understand that it's not an all-or-nothing thing. Every little bit helps.
Dr. Peter Katona is a clinical professor of medicine and infectious diseases at UCLA's Geffen School of Medicine.
I look at compliance as being more important than anything else. We know what to do, but if we're not complying to it, it'll have much less effect.
Some are now calling for more stringent lockdowns in LA County, and that could lead to more business failures than we already have. Charles Feldman, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Officials in Santa Ana are encouraging people to follow all pandemic safety guidelines.
Santa Ana has been disproportionate to the impact. We are the epicenter in the county for the impact of this virus. So we as a community have to stand together. We have to fight against it. We have to band together and make sure that we fight this as a community, as residents.
Mayor Vicente Sarmiento says you'll see signs and banners around the city asking people to do things like wear a mask and socially distance. He says it's a critical time with hospitals filling up quickly. He also says if you want to get together with friends and family, best to do it virtually. It is 9:50 on KNX. Let's take a look at your money with Charlie Calvin.
With the COVID vaccine now being shipped, American employers are rushing to begin the unprecedented process of getting their workers vaccinated.
The end goal is getting people back into the offices or into the workplace and kind of rebuilding society at large.
Michael Hartzler wrote the story for Bloomberg.
Getting the vaccine and then store the vaccine and also cold freezers and being able to deploy workers and get receiving the vaccine.
But at the same time, companies are trying to figure out where they stand in the rush to vaccinate.
The companies are being pretty careful to not jump the line. In the case of some sectors, such as meat packing or food production, where there have been some pretty bad outbreaks, they are saying that they want to be next in line.
Essential workers are likely to be vaccinated soon after healthcare workers, but several companies have said they want clearer direction from state and federal authorities before deciding how they'll make the vaccine available to their workers. We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Charlie Powell for KNX 1070 News Radio.
I'm Dr. Baker, an ER physician. If you're having night pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which can travel to your lungs and lead for pulmonary hemorrhage, which can cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing, and be deadly. Your symptoms can mean something serious. So don't wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Crystal Myers Squibb and Congress.
I absolutely love my doc, but the constant setting, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Super Pet Cake, and it is amazing. These Super Pet cloths take up a crazy amount of air. Just look at all that. And that was from just one place. And the best part? These are so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum. These are getting around here and under the couch. So right. Now I can focus on you, not your setting. Swiffer Super Pet Cake, because that happens.
Hey there, that's fine. You know, we always expect the employees to call these CPAs after the attorneys and not deal with the insurance company and drawing and the legal investment. Well, here's a real-life example of why. So gather around the radio for perhaps the greatest holiday story you're ever going to hear. In April of 2020, one of CPA's clients got hurt in a crash. Her insurance company offered her $1,800, which she considered taking because they said she wouldn't get any more. But hold on, the story doesn't have to be. Lucky for her, she accepted a last offer and called Sweet Jane. Once they offered her the medical treatment she desperately needed, just this month, she
James helped her recover over $100,000. I'm no mathematician, but that's close to 55 times the additional insurance offer. Now, she could have better holiday, a better life. But see, calling the right attorney matters. So do it now. 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200. You won't get a value for living in the court. Now, of course, everything is different, and I can't guarantee that. But it's important to get experienced law firm on your side. So call 800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com. I'm Tim Smith. At Bob Smith BMW, our staff provides warmth, understanding, and helpfulness to each and every customer as the daily course of business. These are core values we've had for over 100 years. Come visit us today in our safe and healthy showroom, or visit BobSmithBMW.com and view all our inventory and complete your transaction from the comfort of your home. It's the ultimate buying experience, and it's only at Bob Smith BMW off the 101 in Calabasas.
9:53 now, the Los Angeles County Civilian Oversight Commission is calling on the Sheriff's Department to develop a policy regarding the treatment of family members whose loved ones were killed by deputies. The request follows a report from the Office of the Inspector General that looked into whether families were being harassed by patrol deputies following deadly uses of force. Inspector General Matt Hunter told the commission
Pretty strong believe the policy should be adopted to give guidance to deputies as to how they can keep them compliant with what the law is wanting to do and see if working along, depending on the product, but also do it in a way that is, so at least has the least amount of impact on the people who are agreeing.
This woman told the commission her grandson was killed by East LA deputies during a traffic stop, and the harassment of her family is ongoing.
How do we know that it's harassment? It's very specific. They make references to my grandson. They know who the family is. They know the license plate of the car that my family never to drive. And they make snide remarks.
The policy being sought by the commission would encourage respect for family members of those killed by deputies and forbid harassment of them. Margaret Carrero, and 70 News Radio. The young soccer player here in Southern California is at the center of a sexual abuse lawsuit filed against AYSO and two other organizations. Attorney Stephen Esty says the player was sexually abused by a former coach who was convicted last year, sentenced to 8 years in prison, following his arrest in Redmond.
And what the defendant did is they failed to do a background check on an individual who came over from England, and they allowed this individual access to little boys in the league and to coach them.
UK International Soccer and the United States Soccer Federation are also named in the lawsuit. As we said, UKIS persuaded the family of one player to house the coach. UKIS officials saw the coach along with the player multiple times, but did nothing about it despite their own state rules. We have reached out to AYSO for comment and are awaiting a response. 9:55, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on 5. It's been busy out there. How's it going now, Jesse?
Well, a lot of flood right now in Hacienda Heights. This is on the westbound 60 to the east of because there's a car on fire on the right shoulder, and the driver of that car is actually kind of standing right near the vehicle. That's probably not a good idea that that car gets poised or flame. It causes explosions. You don't want to hear a burning car that's hopefully people are there that the driver will let that vehicle. The fire department will arrive on the scene to get it put out. Meanwhile, in Ward, 65 southbound Wisconsin, anyone with a clear that sold car is starting slowing, also moving again in West Virginia on westbound Senate Home. That's where the recent cow shooting in the slow lane. Still slowing down in Farm, the westbound 67 Grant, that is due to a total of
Starting to see the man. Baby? Let's turn this